Hi guys, Ken Stone, Ken's IT, bringing you another episode of the lab. Um, like I said, we were gonna go into finding a machine to take apart, measure the resistance and the power on every power supply, and just write down some numbers as far as on the motherboard and um, reassemble the board, micro solder some of the chips off. Um, and soldering them back on, and then reassemble the laptop and make sure it's still working. It's to give me practice of how to look on the motherboard, find the power supplies, make sure they're all working. Try to. I know when we actually get a job to do this, we'll troubleshoot to find where the short is, if there's a short. Find the right chip, desolder it, get a new chip, put it on there, and get the motherboard working again. This is just giving me practice on checking the meters and using a multimeter and the soldering and stuff like this. In the meantime, I just want to keep my skills up. So this give me practice, actual practice. Because the first attempt I did, I took this 1 second over here. I took this board and I just desoldered parts and put it back on. But I actually make sure the board's still working or anything. Um, all I did is take the parts off, put them back on, and get rid of that kind of stone. Um, all I did is take them off, put them on, and I checked with the meter to make sure there was no short or anything. But it'd still be nice to actually see a working laptop in the end after you get these chips on and back off. Um, Maybe a power port or something replacement or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure out what we can replace, what we can't. Um, so this first video is to disassemble the whole laptop. So I came up with this laptop. It's a donor machine, Toshiba. Um, get a better picture of it. 1 second. Main room, Toshiba. So this is the Toshiba that I picked. As you can see on the screen here, um, the machine is up and working. Um, So we're gonna disassemble this thing, right? So power it down. If I had HDMI, I would hook it up to my HDMI splitter here and let you view it, but I gotta figure out how to get it into my system. I have a new adapter, VGA to HDMI. Thought I had one, but I don't seem to find it right in this second. So we're going to disassemble this machine and we'll go from there. So right now it's a Windows 7 machine. Um, and I haven't taken it apart before, so it's gonna be a treat for you and me. So, so this the power supply works obviously because the machine was on. I don't think that I'm not sure if the battery holds much of a charge, but we'll test that too. But um, small Phillips. So during the last video, my printing video, in between printing, it took like 5 hours to print, almost 5 hours to print. And in the meantime, I was out working in the yard and bonked myself in the head with a post, uh, a pole that knocks the pole into the ground. That really hurt, but a few stitches out of that one. So when you're ever working in the yard, got to be careful. Be careful with that. Feels like it wants to go, but it feels like this is the kind that has the screws on the inside that you gotta take out to get to it. That's what it feels like, but we'll see. I didn't look this machine up at all to see how to take it apart or anything. Like learning just like you guys. So ultimately, if I had to, I would. But right now, I'm playing it by ear. You know, this toolkit that I got, very handy electric toolkit. This one here, nice little kit. I'll put a. I can probably bring it up and show you online. The one I bought. It's not a paid advertisement at all. I like this kit. It comes with pretty much everything you need. Um, but I can always show you what I got and put a link over there. I don't have any advertisers or anything going on yet, but I like to share some knowledge, let people learn here. It's a new adapter piece. Just not sure why that's there. Let me put that back on here for a second. I'm just trying to figure out why this piece of metal's here. It really doesn't. By the looks of this thing, it doesn't have a reason why it's there. Technically, technically, I don't think I need to take it out. I'm actually leave that piece back in there because technically, I don't see a reason to take it out. Unless there's a piece that's you're supposed to be able to install in this computer, a addition to the computer. But at this point, I don't see anything. So nice hard drive. Okay, RAM. I'm gonna see if I can upgrade the RAM. This is only got like 2 gigs of RAM. I should have some RAM inside floating around. Upgrade the RAM while we're at it. And your Wi-Fi card. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna take a photo. This cell phone holder actually works in both ways there. I'm gonna take some photos of the way it came out. Save it to a list. Add to album. New album. Um, Toshiba. All right, so I just want to keep a track of what goes where, because this is going to be coming apart and back together many times. So I don't know about fully back together, but at least. I see. So there's 2 little locks here on the side. Change the view here. Transition. So there's a little lock here. You pull that out, and on the other side, Here's lock here, and that's what held the battery in. Alright, that's cool. Alright, that's cool. First time I've seen one of those. Just flip back. And it was pretty cool. Oops. It changed the size of the cylinder as well. I changed the size of Phillips for that one. Nope. Going smaller, it should go larger. Yes. Go a little larger. There you go. A little larger. Some more here. One more on the front. Got one inside here. Kind of hidden. Another one here. And I'm not sure about under these feet. But I'm going to see anyways. Got little plastic feet right here. And no, there's no screw under there. It's just good to know. And there's a knob there to line up so it fits back in properly. Guess there's one too, might as well. Well, start taking it apart. So it looks like this cable right here loops through the Wi-Fi section. This is the bias battery there. I'll loop that way. And I did take a picture of these, so I have which one's going on white and dark. I don't see a plus or minus on it. Nope. But I took a picture of which one's which, so we're good on that. Right, I'm gonna leave that battery. I think I can get it off without disconnecting it. We'll find out in a second. Okay, so on the back, light goes out. 14 screws all in the back. Technically, there's a couple more, but I'm gonna wait and see if they those off after. This one definitely don't have to move. I don't believe. Not really sure why that's in there. Doesn't really hold anything, as far as I can tell. But okay, so let's see if the keyboard comes out. Switch back to the other camera. Okay, so there should be it's like this power button rail pops up. There's screws in there. Yeah, it looks like there were screws all along that power rail button. So it looks like that pops up. See if there's any more screws here. Don't see any. There are two screws here. There are two screws here. I didn't really think they'd come off before, but I'll take it off now just in case. If we have to, we put it back on there. Okay. Trying to figure out. I don't see any more screws that could hold that keyboard in. Keyboard's there, two pins here. Should just come right out. The life of a tech, trying to get a laptop apart. Normally keyboards aren't this hard. What if they come out the bottom here first? Kind of backwards, but it is kind of backwards. I'm getting those tabs back up. Yeah. Okay. Keyboard's here. Okay, little white tabs, you push them up and the keyboard comes out. Let me get zoomed in there. So, these little white tabs are here. Push those tabs up. Sorry for the light. I'm actually turning the light on so it stays on. Okay, so that won't go out anymore. Alright, so that's how you get that one out. These ones here, you just slide out. And where's the, is it right here? Okay. So you just grab all the tabs, pull out, push in. This here is your screen connector for the monitor. And I believe this one here is for speakers, maybe. I haven't really got that far into it, but I think that's speakers. And it looks like this power button. There it goes. Inside it's still snapped down pretty good. Okay, so here's your power button. Sorry. And right here is your power button underneath. And it goes to this cable right here is the power button. So this port right in the center, this port is the power port right there. It's good to know. So I'm going to pull that power button out of there. It's like there's little tabs next to it I can pull off. I really don't want to break it, but okay. So I got the power button on. So now I can use that when I'm doing my testing. Okay, nice. And over here in this corner is your antenna going up through to the screen. And on this side is your um, display going up through. I'm going to disconnect the display. And when you're messing with the display and stuff, you want to make sure the power's off, your battery's off. There's no power going to this thing when you're messing with this display. No power at all going to this. Okay, display's off. Looks like there's two screws on each side. I could pull the whole screen right off. Let's do that. Okay, so the antenna just came out. And like I said, there's two screws on each side for the screen. Get that right to come off. Two for the other side. Okay, all your four screws are off. So now you have your screen off. Nice. And on this side, all the cables are disconnected. There is one screw right here. One screw right here. This one needs to come off. And actually, there's one here also. and one here. So there's three altogether. Zoom out. One here, and one here. And actually one here. So there's 1, 2, 5 on this side. Take another picture. Oh, I really don't need another picture. I just needed the reference of the white cables going back on. Make sure the antenna is going the way in. So these four were the screen, and this is the under keyboard. Switch back over so you can see the button. Sorry. All right, so you got one screw, two, so you have four screws holding on I think the motherboard pretty much. And flip it over. Okay, so I'm going to take the BIOS battery out over there, and then the shell splits in half. So that's how we're going to get to the motherboard. All the screws are out on this side, and they're all on this side. So now we're going to take it apart. So right here, there's a seam. Here's a seam right here. We're going to take our tool. Start prying a little bit. Not very much. Just have to pop it. Okay, so that came off very easily. Okay, so now we're looking at the motherboard here. And it looks like on this side, we have USB slots right here. It's on a ribbon cable, goes across. And then the motherboard here. And it looks like this is the power power jack comes in through here. And then the fan connection. Cool. So this is the battery. This is the power button and power jack. Okay. So let's take this out. Let me get some screws. I don't want to mix all this stuff up. So let me get some bags to label all this stuff here. Okay. So when you're working on many machines, you want to really track where stuff is and keep it all in one spot. Um, you really don't want to mix people's stuff up. So, or my pens come in handy. Okay. So hinge, 4 screws per hinge, and under keyboard, under keyboard, and this one's back cover or back. I have to pause this video. I'll put these two screws back in there. I really don't think they need to come out right now. Okay. So right now we have all the screws into bags. We're going to put into one bag. Sorry. Onto one bag, all screws. And then, so the mouse and keyboard. I see this. So there's one. So one of these cables is just the lights, the light indicators. Then the other keyboard, or the other one, is the the trackpad and the mouse, left and right mouse. So it was definitely a speaker. It's a really small speaker in this one. So this cable is your trackpad and mouse clicks, and this one is just for these front lights right here. So if we need those for testing, I'll throw them on there. So I think we can do it. I just set it here and plug it in or whatever. Right there. If I had to, I'd just throw it over it. But for now, we'll leave it. And this one, obviously, is your keyboard connection. I can always show a USB K keyboard mouse on there. Let's see. So what's next? This assembly is your motherboard, which is one. It's like 5 screws total. It's underneath this piece of film or plastic, whatever it is. And when you're taking this off, just watch how I measure point and all that. I've seen it where like chips that aren't soldered on very well will come off with this. Or if you're digging underneath there with the tool, you can dislodge a chip. So you really don't want to watch that stuff. Because while we're soldering all this stuff, all this plastic is going to come off anyways. While we're working with this, I just don't want to rip it and have it come off in one sheet. That way we can put it back down, reuse it. It's supposed to be there. So, okay, so it looks like a piece of loose, and we take it out. I think so. So just that one screw, I guess, really holds it in. The power, take that off. Okay. So this connector here is for your Ethernet port. That's what that cable is for. And underneath here is the power. Just trying to figure out what's holding on to this. Trying to pull it out, but it's still pretty sticks pretty good. So this cable is tied down pretty good right here. This cable here, plastic over it. Almost like tape. Get those two little pegs that come out on this one. And your USB slot is out. And then this is your power connector. So these two screws that we took out earlier is actually it's a heat sink, so it's all the way across the fan. And there's actually three screws to the heat sink. So I'm gonna leave those on for now. This looks like there's a down in here. There's a screw holding this in. That bracket. Take that bracket out. This power supply right here feels like it's like soldered on there or something. I don't know. It's not like a quick release by any standard. Okay, there's that power jack piece, and this thing here. Looks like it's soldered right on there. Yeah, they're not coming out easily. So this is meant to be desoldered and resoldered. It's not like it's not like this one where the piece comes out or the BIOS battery. It's not like one of those connections. This connection is I put it underneath the microscope. Check it out. I don't think it comes apart though. Nope. Well, all right. Well, that's a disassembly of it. Just do it in reverse. So that's the disassembly of the Toshiba NB505. If you really wanted to get into it, the screen, there's two screws on the bottom underneath these little caps. Take those out, this cover comes off, and then you take off the four screws that are holding the screen on here. Technically, that's it. Um, as far as disassembly goes. Um, and then reassembling it, you just do it in reverse, and that's pretty much it. So um, as as I work on this and put it back together and test it, um, we'll get it up and running. So that's pretty much it for now. Um, like, subscribe, I know most videos will show you how to take it apart and put it back together. Um, it's pretty much everything in reverse that I just did. So you can rewind it and make your workflow, put it back together. My object is to take this board and do some soldering next. So that's why I'm not putting it back together right now. I will though, and actually have this video to watch to put it back together, but it's okay. Um, I can pretty much remember how it goes. So I'm actually thinking I might create a see-through case to put this in, and that way, be a neat little project. Maybe I'll make a see-through case that I can use for testing. I don't know. We'll figure that part out as we go. But all right, like, subscribe, share. Come back for the next one. Next one, we're going to be working on putting using a multimeter and testing the power supplies on here. See if I get the readings on the resistors and whatever else we can find. So, all right. So, we'll see you next time.